Okay, this is the second video in a series of 3 to help you understand and do your project called Cracking the Code. This that I've got for you right now is very much like, almost exactly like, the front page of your project. So I'm about to give you some of your answers, and then I'm going to let you finish it up. The first thing that it's asking me to do is to use the chart that's given to convert each letter into its Unicode based on the table. So we're using the phrase codes are cool, okay? And we're going to change each of those letters one at a time into a number using this chart. All right, we're going to start with C. Okay, C is 67. So in the first space, I'm going to put a 67. Now, while I'm here, it'd probably save me some time if I were to put 67 for all the C's. So there's another C down here in the third word. O, I'm going to have to scroll. O is 79. So I've got 79, 79, 79. D is 68. And I think that that is the only D. And then E is 69. And there's another E in the 1, 2, 3 space. I've got 1, 2, 3. This is a 69. And then the last is a space. Space. You have to code your spaces also. So at the very bottom of my chart, there is a number for space. So space is a 32. All right, I've got a space also at the end of the word R. And then this is C-O-O-L. So that's 4 letters in the last word. I don't need a space at the end of that word. All right, I'm going to stop.
Barry, attention please, Barry, attention please. 3 o'clock activity buses will be arriving shortly. 3 o'clock activity buses will be arriving shortly. All students please report to the front of the building at this time. Thank you.
I'm going to let you find the rest of those codes yourself, and I'm going to move on to the next thing. All right, so here we've got the equation y equals 3x plus 11. That's going to encode my message. So here we go. This is the encoding function. So what we're just doing is we're plugging these numbers in for x. So I've got y equals 3 times 67 plus 11. Okay, so I brought up my calculator, and now I'm just going to, I can do this all in one line because this is very simple. I'm just going to do 3, I'm going to do it in 2 lines, never mind. 3 times 67, I'm doing my multiplication first. So 3 times 67 is 201, and then I'm going to add 11. So 212 is the value that C becomes when I encode a C. I move the calculator out of the way. And so my first C becomes 212. And I can put that number any place AC is. All right, now I'm going to do the same thing for a 79. So I've got y equals 3 times 79 plus 11. Calculator comes back. Okay, so I do 3 times 79 237 plus 11. 248. So any place there is an O, I'm going to put 248. 248 for the input, or 79 I should say. 79 is the input. Well, anytime you put a 79 in, your output will be 248. Okay, so you're going to follow that to finish encoding the whole phrase. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to come up with an equation to decode. All right, now you're going to have to show your own work for this. All right, and if you watch video number 1, you will know how to find the inverse of a linear function. I'm just going to give you the answer here. On your project, you have to show the work. So that is the inverse of the coding function. We call that the decoding function. Okay, this is a decoding function. All right, so now we're going to decode what we just encoded. So I'm going to take my 212, that's, hopefully, we're going to get a C when we get done with this. I'm going to take my 212, I'm going to plug it into the decoding function. So I have y equals 212 minus 11 divided by 3. All right, bring up the calculator again. I'm going to encourage you to do these as 2 separate steps, and don't forget your order of operations. So up top, I've got to do that subtraction first, because we're going to simplify the whole top before you divide. So I've got 212, subtract 11, press enter, and then divide by 3. So that gives you a 67. So anywhere we have a 212, we can now put a 67. All right, now we're going to do the same thing for 248. All right, so I've got 248, subtract 11, press enter, and then divide by 3. Press enter. That gives you 79. So 248 becomes 79. Convert the numbers to letters using the Unicode. So now what you're doing is you are looking in the right-hand column to find what your letter is. So 67 is C. And 79 is O. Okay, so that was your explanation of how to do the whole front page.